Yeah.
Best off you didn't take a tour, you just run into us guys.
Yeah.
Don,
Hey.
I'm loose. And we're Chicago, was born and bred.
Born and bred.
Born and bred.
Born and bred.
131st Pulaski, Addison in the expressway.
Literally the expressway. My dad parked the Buick station wagon on the expressway. We just lived in it.
With the salt
traffic
trucks.
results. Yeah.
With the salt trucks.
Yeah, it's nice. no one bothered salt trucks. We were fine. It was like being coddled.
So the two of us, we probably know everything there is to know. We give you the real deal information if you want it, all right?
Yeah. You all look like tourists.
Y'all all look like you're coming down from Evanston, coming up from St. Louis, coming in from Joliet. So any questions you guys got about Chicago history, feel free to raise your hand, ask us now.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just,
Don't worry about it.
what do you got? What are you
Anyone got a
curious
question?
about?
Anyone curious about something they heard?
Chicago.
Chicago.
What's Wrigley Field named after?
Oh, that's a really good question. That's a really good question. That's not bad. So, the real story about Wrigley Field. And aren't you glad you ran into us guys?
So, a lot of people think because Young started here.
That's probably what you thought.
Right.
That's common.
It's like common thought.
It's what you think. When you say like Wrigley Building, we got a Wrigley Building, and then a Wrigley, they got a field too.
The two are not related.
The two are not. The two are not. That's what they like you to think, but they're not.
That's what the Chicago machine wants you to believe. We're here to tell you right now we're going to debunk the machine.
Debunked. Consider this debunked.
See, because the thing is that I know the real story. We heard about this from my cousin Bass. She lives over there on Cicero 52nd.
Yeah.
She was telling us because she heard from a guy at the parish. She heard from him because he has a cousin who was there when they named the field.
He was there at the naming.
At the naming. Because what happened was there was a gangster by the name of
Alco.
Alco. Alco. And he was trying to go by aliens.
And so, like, what better alias to hook yourself? What more upstanding alias than just, salt of the earth, gum baron.
And he only chose one name as to be the gum bearer.
Yeah.
Didn't have a first, didn't have a last.
No.
Just like Madonna or something. Just Wrigley.
And because of all the scheming that he did, he had all this. He actually commissioned Wrigley Field to be built.
He
bought it.
Because prior to that, we know this story.
Yeah.
We know this is a true fact.
Yeah.
The Cubs before that, they were playing in Lane Tech High School.
Lane
They were playing in Lane Tech High School.
Pro ball team playing in a
A
high
pro
school
ball
stadium.
team playing in high school.
So the Lord says, So he takes some of his hard-earned his paychecks, and he builds that field, and he names it after his aliens. So there you go. Don't buy it.
Basically named it after himself.
Yeah.
Anyone else got a question for us guys?
What about it? What else do you
about it?
need to know?
We'll tell you later.
Who's the starting quarterback of the 85 Bears?
That's a specific question. That's really good. You know what? You're not going to find the answer walking around the annals of this history museum.
They don't tell you the real thing. Now see, they what they want you to think, what was it? Their sweetness. He was a favorite, but it wasn't. Well, he wasn't a quarterback.
But there was a different
He
guy.
was like quarterback number 2 without being a quarterback. But what it really was,
There was a man
it
named
was.
Fairy Tooth.
This guy, he went on. It was Jim McMahon, wasn't it?
Jim McMahon, something McMahon.
It was McMahon, but who that really was? You know what that really was?
You
His
guessed it.
son.
Yeah.
His son.
But people don't know that he had a son that played professional sport.
My Uncle Donnie, who used to deliver ice,
That's true.
with Al Capone's cousin's brother.
They grew up on the same street.
Same friggin' street.
The
They're
same
like
friggin'
family.
street.
They're like family.
Grew up over there.
So was Al Capone's son. That's who it was. Why do you think they won the Super Bowl?
Why do you think they changed the name?
They shuffled their weight in.
Why do you think they don't? Aren't you lucky?
Next.
Who else got a question?
The Haymarket riots. I just want to know more about
Sure,
the
Haymarket.
Well,
That is such a good question.
Well, you know, they got a real crappy bar named after it right there on Randolph.
You ever see that bar at Randolph?
That has nothing to do with it. I just don't like the look of the place.
You don't like the look of it?
Yeah, I just don't like the look of it.
I never go in there, you know?
No.
Because every time I go in there, I'm like, this is it.
So what they want you to think is that it was, you know, they were having sort of a meeting. It was, you know, write the petition, write to, you know, assemble. Back in the day, you're sitting there, and you know, you got a guy. He's up on a big horse cart, and he's preaching to the people about, you know, workers' rights and things like that. And generalizing here now, but the thing, what it really was. No, and then so the riot ensued because this guy who was just all about, you know, all against it, wanted to start a riot.
He wanted a riot.
He goes in there.
For a reason.
He goes in there and starts hucking a couple cherry bombs. You know what I'm talking about? And then before you know it, the whole crowd's going nuts. Now what it really was, because my great-grandfather's war buddy, his dad, was there. And what it really was a cover for Capone to do some bootleg. right up to Milwaukee. That's all it was.
Riot bootleg. Now we know this because he said that he got from that information there, but it's a true story. It's a true story, Piano Man. I heard from my cousin, Babs. She is her organ donor. Sweet lady. God rest her soul, because it didn't take. But she true story.
It happens. Not all of them are fairy
Her
tales.
organ donor's brother, his uncle was there when it happened. His uncle was there when it happened, and he said that Capone was trying to get up to Milwaukee. He had all these underground tunnels from here to Milwaukee, and when they just exited the riot, they went through the tunnels. And
Yeah, they got tunnels all over the city. Why don't you think that, you know, why do you think the subway's only underground half the time? I mean, let me out. They'd be running into all those tunnels. You're running into all those tunnels. He's got a tunnel. You can take it straight up in the outfield of Wrigley Field.
Wrigley Field.